Today, we are looking at the most mana expensive artifact cards in Magic the Gathering. And are they worth it? I'm going to start off with Lotus Guardian. It is a 7 mana 4/4 creature with flying. It's an artifact creature. Tap, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. You might be thinking, oh my god, this is like one of the most expensive mana dorks in the game. 7 mana to add 1 mana for someone who is a guardian of the Lotus. You know, certainly didn't tap into its fields. Lotus fields are too valuable to leave undefended. I guess they got just a little bit of it. They couldn't help themselves but get a little taste of that Lotus. Absolute trash. Not worth it at all. Liquid Soulfly with the Legacy Weapon. Alright, Legacy Weapon, 7 mana, legendary artifact. Pay the Wooburg. What are you doing with Wooburg? Okay, remove target permanent from the game. That's pretty good. Okay, and if Legacy Weapon would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, reveal Legacy Weapon and shuffle it into its owner's library instead. So you basically can't get rid of this damn thing. If it would be put on, you can exile it. Alright, if you exile it, it's gone. It's the only way it's gonna go anywhere. It's too valuable to stay in the graveyard. Tom loved the Legacy Weapon back in the day. It's still not too bad now. If you have infinite, well, whatever. If you have infinite mana, you can do whatever you want with it. 5 mana, rip anything off the battlefield. It's got my seal of approval. For 7 mana, at least it could get anything. Yeah, it killed Yawgmoth. It's so strong it got rid of Yawgmoth. It could get rid of itself. Think about it, people. The only answer to the Legacy Weapon is the Legacy Weapon itself. You think about that. Think about it hard. Okay. King Ginger, Triplicate Titan. Okay, this is a 9 mana 9/9 Golem, flying, vigilance, and trample. But when it dies, create a 3/3 colorless Golem artifact creature token with flying, a 3/3 colorless Golem artifact creature with vigilance, and a 3/3 colorless Golem artifact creature token with trample. It's just like a bigger version of Wurmcoil. Wurmcoil, it had Death Touch, it had Lifelink. You rip them all apart. This is this is a triplicate. They're Siamese triplicates. And then they all got separated. They got the surgery, and they're all 3/3s by themselves. I actually don't like this card all that. I know you get like a lot of value out of this, but for a 9 mana creature, I mean, okay, on one side, it's always nice that if someone destroys or wipes your board, you get a little something out of it, all right? That's fine. But it's basically, it's just a 9/9. But you know, it does have flying and trample. Okay, you know what? I'll tentatively give this a pass. There's probably worse cards out there. I really don't want to say... I really don't want to give it a pass. But it's really hard to chump block. What flyers are going to chump block this thing? And if you chump block, you still take a ton of damage. I imagine... whatever. Flying and trample. Deadly combination. We got Dan. Memnarch. I was fascinated by this card when I started Magic the Gathering. Oh, yeah. An artifact that has blue abilities. 7 mana 4/5 wizard. Pay 3. Target permanent becomes an artifact in addition to its other types. It works its voodoo on you. You will be one with machine. Okay, and then pay 4. Gain control of target artifact. This card is wild. I like that. Basically, swipe anything on the battlefield. If you have a lot of blue mana... Too bad Tolarian Academy is not legal in Commander. The only place I can play that damn thing is Vintage. Made short work out of everyone. The moment Tolarian Academy is unbanned, Memnarch's value goes up. Yeah, easy pass. Probably, arguably stronger than the Legacy Weapon. Instead of exiling things, you just take them. Although I have to admit, it costs a lot more mana. You have to pay 7 mana to get this thing. 7 mana on the battlefield, 7 mana to steal. Platonic Liquid, thank you so much for your super chat. Mere Battlesphere, love those cute little guys. I can't help but feel like a Mere Battlesphere is some sort of meme brought to life into an actual card. It is a 7 mana 4/7 construct. You know, it's a bunch of those tappies. It's like Tappy. It's like the real Tappy in creature form. But it's a ball. Enters the battlefield, create 4 1/1 colorless mirror artifact creature tokens, and whenever Mirror Battlesphere attacks, you may tap X, untap mirror you control. If you do, Mirror Battlesphere gets +X/+0 until end of turn and deals X damage to the player or planeswalker it's attacking. It's also one of my favorite things to like tinker out into play. This is Vintage Cube I'm talking. Don't be playing your Tinkers and Commander unless you rule zero that thing into existence. It's not bad. You know what? 7 mana for a 4/7. It gets value. If it gets to attack, it gets to dome you for a ton of damage anyway. You get extra value everywhere. It's a good card. It's very spherical, very round. Round is a shape, according to Garfield. Emerald Crowley. Do colored artifacts like Parhelion count? Yes! If it artifact, I specifically didn't say it was a colorless card. I mean, no Eldrazi's on this show. Well, we might have a separate show for Eldrazi's. And I guess Devoid counts, even though it, like, costs blue, red, or green. Okay, Parhelion. Parhelion the Second! Okay, this is a white, 6 generic, 5/5 vehicle. Flying, First Strike, Vigilance. Whenever it attacks, create 2 4/4 white angel creature tokens with flying and vigilance that are attacking crew 4. I think this card is trash, but I am fully aware that this is part of a combo in Pioneer with, what's it called? Grease Fang. Grease Fang is basically a reanimator for vehicles and gives it haste. So for that, it gets a little bit of playability. But I would say if like Grease Fang didn't exist, let's be serious. Does this card exist? No, it doesn't exist. It wouldn't see, I don't think it would see play. Very, very strange card. Will Anderson with Draco. The original, this used to be like the big bad thing for a ton of mana before Emrakul came around. Now Emrakul exists, this card looks like absolute dog crap. 16 mana for a 9/9. However, it costs 2 less to play for each basic land type among lands you control. So, I mean, you could get if you got like a Triome and then the other shock land in play, have all 5 basic land types in play, you're still looking at like 6 mana for a 9/9 flyer. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice Draco unless you pay 10 mana. This cost is reduced by 2 for each basic land type among lands you control. Trash! Don't even like it. Danger in Yuriko decks? What is it, like Yuriko deals damage equal to the mana cost or something like that? Just play a play. Come on, just play Eldrazi's. They're good too. They do the same damn thing. Not in love with this one. Toads, Metalworker Colossus. Big CMC, but can be reduced. Metalworker. Sorry, Metalwork? I think it's Metalwork. Are you sure you got the right card? Oh no, you do. Metalwork Colossus. Okay, it's 11 mana, 10/10. Cost X less to cast, where X is the total mana value of non-creature artifacts you control. Okay, so you have a bunch of you have treasures. This costs what, nothing? Sacrifice 2 artifacts, return Metalwork Colossus from your graveyard to your hand. This is pretty interesting. If you got so it costs X less to cast, where X is the total mana value of non-creature artifacts you control. Well, that's great. You just get a bunch of treasures on the battlefield, get 20 treasures, and this thing costs 0 mana. Sack some of them treasures, put it back to your hand, replay it for nothing. Now, I'll admit, it's basically a vanilla creature, but hey, 0 mana 10/10, nothing wrong with that, all right? Who doesn't want a 0 mana 10/10 around here? How easy is this thing to cast? When anyone plays, what is that stupid, is it the monkey? What's that red card? Enters the battlefield, get a treasure for each artifact your opponents control. Like, on average, how many artifacts do you get off of that thing? Maybe 7? This card's not going to cost that much when this thing enters the battlefield. I don't remember the red guy because it's never been played against me. Doesn't see play in Legacy or Modern, so I don't play the thing. Treasures don't help? Or X is total mana value. Oh, I'm just an idiot. All right, this is where people are like, Nikachu, you didn't read the card properly. Why don't you read the cards? Reading is hard, people. Also, sleeping last night was very difficult. I have no idea how this show is going to go. Okay, Dockside. Thank you for letting me know it's Dockside, but it will not help. So I need... Okay, I flipped my switch. This card, I hate it. I don't like it. No good. Yeah, Dockside is what I'm thinking of, but it's completely pointless. Because the mana value of the treasures are nothing. I need, like... So the way to get this thing in play is you need Mana Vaults, Mana Crypts, Grim Monolith. Basically, mana ramp. I guess mana rocks help a lot because they'll cost like maybe 2 or 3 CMC. Anyway, not in love with it. I had to change a heart. Reading the card twice says what the card really does. Card is 2 different things. Okay, have we done Void Winnower? Not an artifact! Most mana expensive artifacts are 7 CMC or more. The mana value, yeah, doesn't count. So we're gonna donate your super chat to Akroma's Memorial. It'll be interesting the day that they combine the Eldrazi with Machine. That would be such a sick thing. I want to see the Eldrazi's versus the Phyrexians, and maybe in the end, the Phyrexians win and then take over the Eldrazi. We got Machine Eldrazi. And then they really screw over the multiverse. Maybe after Teferi's going to have to restart the multiverse from the beginning of time. It sees some moving spaghetti on the ground and then squishes it early to kill any far descendant of Emrakul. Okay, Akroma's Memorial. It's a 7-mana legendary artifact. Creatures you control have flying, first strike, vigilance, trample, haste, and protection from black and from red. Your creatures do everything. Now, a nice thing about a card like this is it's very expensive, but your first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, a turn of the game, you're just playing creatures anyway. Okay, you buff them up like crazy. This is not bad. Protection also from the most relevant colors. Black and red, those are destruction colors. They're going to kill your stuff. Sounds like a cool storyline. You better believe it. Get me on the writing team. Actually, don't. I really don't want to spend any time on writing this crap. I'm not a good storyteller in that way. Spectral Maniac, Cauldron of Eternity. It is a black 10 generic. That's a lot of mana. Legendary artifact. The spell costs 2 less to cast for each creature card in your graveyard. Not a problem for the mill decks, for the dredge decks. Whenever a creature you control dies, put it on the bottom of its owner's library. Okay, nothing going into the graveyard anymore. Pay 3 mana, pay 2 life. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate this ability only anytime you could cast a sorcery. Card looks insane. This card looks wild. It costs so little. It's a constant reanimator. It reanimates every single turn for the cost of 2 life. Now, nothing new can go back to the graveyard, but after you've filled your graveyard with enough creatures, I mean, this is all gravy. Tutoring directly into play. It's 2 mana, and of course, you're going to play it in a deck that's going to use this card. This card actually looks like insane value to me. Anyway, looks like this card's being slept on big time. All right, next we got Larry La, Possessed Portal. Possessed. It is an 8-mana artifact. If a player would draw a card, that player skips that draw instead. And then at the beginning of each turn, each player sacrifices a permanent unless he or she discards a card from their hand. What the hell? So what, are we just not drawing cards anymore? If a player would draw a card, that player skips that draw instead. At the end of each turn, each player sacks a permanent unless he or she discards a card from their hand. Does this just lock the game? It's like, okay, whatever's in play, that's it for the rest of the game. Whatever cards you have in your hand, that's it. Whatever's in the graveyard, that's it. It's like the game ends from here. And on top of that, like everyone's board state is a ticking time bomb. At the end of each turn. Oh, it's at the end of each turn. So we are really accelerating the destruction of everybody's board. Each player sacks a permanent unless they discard a card, which you're not even gonna, oh, so you discard cards first, then you sack stuff on the battlefield. You can't draw anymore. This is a wild card. I don't know if it's good, but it's certainly a type of card that if you're ahead, then you're just gonna stay ahead for the rest of the game, I think. Like, it looks like it's good for a deck that does a lot of ramping. To get a lot of ramp, you get some big fatty on the battlefield, and hopefully just win by itself. Door to Nothingness, 5 CMC, not expensive for the show, exactly. A lot of people are suggesting the thing. Okay, Aladdin's Rin? You mean Aladdin's Aladdin's ring. The big ring. The Super Bowl ring. Okay, the 8-mana artifact. Pay 8, tap. Deals 4 damage to target creature or player. Absolute crap. You want to pay 8 mana for a burn spell every single turn? No, I'm not doing that. Nobody's doing that. Nobody likes... I don't know. Back then, I'm sure it was a hell of a thing. Wow, it's like a super lightning bolt, but every turn. And I hate getting mana flooded. Finally, something to do with my mana. King Ginger. Graz Unstoppable. It's 8 mana. It's... Oh, it is an artifact. It doesn't feel like an artifact. It looks like a color, just like a regular... It looks like a colorless Eldrazi card. It's a Juggernaut. It's a 7/5. If you control... Sorry, Juggernauts attack each combat if able. Juggernauts you control can't be blocked by walls, and other creatures you control have base power and toughness 5/3, and are Juggernauts in addition to their other creature types. That is just a weird card. So they become Juggernauts, and if they're Juggernauts, no one can be blocked by the walls. But how many people have walls? Like, how many wall decks are out there? I don't know, not in love with this thing. And in fact, there's a good chance you're going to downgrade your cards as well. Might be good in a token deck, maybe. So you upgrade all your 1/1s. It's like a weird anthem. Like, I don't know, maybe it's squirrel tokens. You like the new sound effects? So do I. Gotta make sure that I don't overuse it. Slot monitor that expensive? Oh, it is! Oh, this card is insane value. Okay, it's a blue 6 generic 2/2 construct, affinity art for artifacts, flying. And when it enters the battlefield, draw 2 cards. But let me tell you, I've never seen anyone play this card for 2 mana. Or 3 mana, or 4 mana. It's always 1. It's basically 1 mana, 2/2, flyer, draw 2 cards. I bet cards like Bowmaster were printed because of this damn thing. Yeah, people are drawing cards all over the place. Insane card. We did Draco Alley. We did Draco. It's a big hunk of metal. And pretty useless by today's standards. We got Tom Squires with the super chat. Thanks for the show. I want Platinum Angel. 7 mana 4/4 flyer. You can't lose the game, and your opponents can't win the game. What can I tell you? It's a classic. It's a bit janky, because you can just destroy the Platinum Angel and then be on with your day. But it still works. The game is a stall until you get rid of the Platinum Angel. Also, sometimes it's a combo. I mean, I've seen this in... How many combos have I seen with this? What is the most popular card? There is this, like, 4-mana sorcery. Like, I think it's destroy target... Or maybe it's just play... I think it's destroy an artifact, and you search your library for... You keep revealing cards off the top of your library until you hit an artifact card, and you just put it into play, and it finds Platinum Angel or that other one where life totals can't change. But anyway, yeah, that works. Okay, Allie wants to redeem herself. Dark Steel Colossus. No, we didn't do that one. 11 mana, 11. Sort of the sad brother of Blightsteel Colossus. Trample Darksteel Colossus is indestructible. If Darksteel Colossus would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, reveal Darksteel Colossus and shuffle it into its owner's library. Honestly, I don't like it. Only because, like, if you're gonna pay 11 mana, you might as well get the Blights. You might as well play the better Colossus of the brother. Oh no, is it? It's the same guy, right? I think that's how it is. Then he got infected, or he got Phyrexianized, and then he worked for the Phyrexians. We might as well do this. Blight, Steel, Colossus. You know, while on the subject of Colossuses, because I think someone said that. I thought they were like a family. Oh my god, they got upgraded. It's a Super Shredder. They drank the ooze. Yeah, I got upgraded. For 1 more mana... Okay, get this. For 1 more mana, it got infect. That's it. That's what infect is worth. Just 1 more mana. You might as well give it infect. Blightsteel is the evil Darksteel. Oh, turn to the dark side. He's got a bit of a helmet now. He's got some shield for his head. Here he is completely exposed. No wonder he went to the dark side. They've got better armor over there. When you ninjutsu Blightsteel. Yes. It's all over. Okay, we have Ryan. Ryan Seraph. Okay, with the Cauldron of Eternity. Cauldron of Eternity. Oh, we just did that one, Ryan. Damn. Sorry about that, Ryan. Okay, we're gonna donate it to Diego, Portal of Phyrexia. I think the card's busted. I think that card's that people are sleeping on that card. Portal of Phyrexia, 9-mana artifact. Enters the battlefield. Each opponent sacrifices 3 creatures. You probably are not happy to see that. At the beginning of your upkeep, you then take target creature card from a graveyard and then put it onto the battlefield under your control. It's a Phyrexian in addition to its other types. This card is insane. I have it's basically a board wipe and a reanimator spell. Every turn! It reanimates every single turn. So, like, maybe you can deal with the first thing they reanimate, but you're not going to deal with the second, third, fourth. And then, like, at some point, you're just stone cold destroyed. Yeah, at the beginning of your... unfortunately, it's you get 1 card per turn. But then each opponent still sacks 3 creatures. Actually, just insane card. Very, very good. Definitely worth 9 mana. In fact, you could put it 10, 11, 12. Like, people just cheat this thing in play. I'm realizing 80% of the high CMC artifacts are creatures. Yeah, I guess it becomes artifacts. Sorry, if it costs enough, you might as well have a creature attached to its ability. Majra, Cityscape Leveler. 8 mana, 8/8 trample. When you cast the spell, and whenever Cityscape Leveler attacks, destroy up to 1 target non-land permanent. Its controller creates a tap Power Stone token, which they may not be able to do anything with. And you can unearth it for 8 mana. That's value. If you have a lot of mana, this is removal and has reanimation attached to it. How does the unearth work? What, you get to, like, play it over and over again? How does the unearth grants haste to the permanent that's returned to the battlefield. However, neither of the exile abilities is granted to that permanent. If that permanent loses its abilities, it will still be exiled. Huh? It still exists in exile. I can't remember how unearth works. Does it just go to the battlefield, or do you have to sack it at the end? You do it once? Oh, and then what? If it dies from there on out, exile it instead? Is that how it works? No, it's completely busted. There is Phyrexian Triniform. The Phyrexians. This looks so similar to that other card. 9 mana, 9/9. If dies, create 3 colorless Phyrexian Golem artifact creature tokens, and it's got Encore 12. Exile this card from your graveyard. For each opponent, create a token copy that attacks that opponent this turn if able. They gain haste. Sacrifice them at the beginning of the next end step. Activate only as a sorcery. Jank! Very jank. It's 50 cents. The price says it all. Okay, next super chat we got from Yo Little Ted with the Reaver King. King of the Reavers. Oops, I don't see it. Reaver. Sorry, not Reaver King. Why did I think King? Titan. Titan! Okay, we have a 7 mana, 10/10 vehicle. Void Shields. Protection from mana value 3 or less. That's sort of useful. Gatling Blaster. It's a gun! Pew, 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 pew. They used to never have guns in Magic the Gathering. Now we have actual guns. And more than just cannons. Okay, whenever Reaver Titan attacks, it deals 5 damage to each opponent. Crew 4. Whenever it attacks, it deals 5 damage to each opponent. So basically, it's attacking for 15. No, maybe more than 15. One person's getting hit for 15. 2 other people get hit for 5. And it's a vehicle. Crew 4 is not... Okay, you know what? I like it. You know what? It's not bad. So if you wipe the board, you can still just play a random creature and then attack for, like, a big chunk of damage anyway. Cannons are canon in MTG now. I think they always existed. Like, there were, like, goblin cannons. I swear that they shot goblins out of cannons for forever. Yeah, this is what sells it for me. That the crew cost is super cheap. 4 mana. And at this point, if you have this much mana, like, it's not going to be a problem. You probably have mana up the wazoo. Not a big deal. You're going to have some big creature to crew this damn thing. We did Legacy Weapon, but we didn't do the Great Henge. The Pike Perch. Says the Great Henge. Great it is. Green, 7 generic. Legendary artifact. Cost X less to cast, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. So if you even have like a 5-power creature, which you can mostly get for 4 mana, then this card will only cost 4 mana. So just get your 5-power creature and play for 4. Play this for 4. So tap, add double green, you gain 2 life. Who doesn't like life gain around here? And whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on it and draw a card. That is such good value. Sees a lot of play in Pioneer. Actually, I don't know how much play it sees in Pioneer. I know it has seen play, but great card anyway. Very, very strong. Wow, the Tales of Middle-earth version is $124. This is just a damn tree with some Christmas lights on it or something. Next super chat coming right from Bryce. Have we done Sundering Titan? We have not, actually. This is a pretty big staple in Vintage Cube. 8 mana, 7/10. When it enters the battlefield or leaves the battlefield, choose a land of each basic land type and then blow up those lands. They're goners. Very good card. So if you can even cheat it in play, and then if it leaves play because of its because it has to be sacrificed as a result of being cheated, you still blow up a bunch of lands. But you generally just get double. You just choose all your opponent's stuff. And I mean, if you're the only one with, I don't know, mountains in play, then whatever, you lose 2 lands. But someone's getting completely wiped off the battlefield. So it also virtually says Armageddon. It's the Armageddon Titan. Not banned in Brawl, stonks. Is it? Oh, wow, this is actually banned. Oh, this is banned in Commander. I didn't know. Hold on, let me... How do I get... This, I just realized this is banned in Commander. It's not legal in Brawl. But it's legal in Historic. Yeah, we good in Historic. That's what's going on here. Yeah, Commander, Oathbreaker, banned. Holy crap. Okay, Commander players do hate this. When did it get banned? Since the dawn of time? And why do they ban this, but Armageddon is legal? Or is Armageddon legal? I'm not going to look it up. You can let me know in the comments section. Helps me with engagement. Yay. Banned Commander? He must have been not. Ooh, very naughty. No one likes to... Don't touch my lands. In Commander, you can touch my creatures. You can touch my artifacts. You can touch my enchantments. But you lay a finger on my lands, and I'm going to get that card banned. I'm tearing it up. Yeah. Okay, we did I started the show with Lotus Guardian. Ikai! With the Meteor Golem. It's not double E, right? Yeah, it's just 1 E. We have 7 mana, 3/3 Golem. 7 mana, 3/3. That sounds absolutely pathetic. When Meteor Golem enters the battlefield, destroy target non-land permanent and opponent controls. That's okay. But you know what? I think it's just below the power level of all the other cards. Like, it's fine. But we have a lot of other cards that do similar things. But, you know, they're bigger than a 3/3 creature. So I'm gonna do a little bit of a pass on that Meteor Golem. And you heard the music! You heard that sound. That means we gotta thank our sponsor today, FusionGamingOnline.com. The Lost Caverns of Ixalan is fully spoiled, and if there's any cards you need to upgrade your standard Pioneer, Modern, or Commander decks, you know where to get them from. You can get them at FusionGamingOnline.com. Why would you want to shop there, you might ask? Of all the places you could go, because it supports this channel. I mean, I don't blame you if you want to support other channels, but I like when you support my channel too. And you can get 5% off all your purchases when you use coupon code Nikachu at checkout. And we're also going to thank Mana Trades, the premier place for random Magic cards online. And also, they do a monthly free roll event. You can play in the tournament for free, but if you're a Mana Trader subscriber, you get, like, I don't know, 8 or 10 times the prizes. And anyway, you can support the channel renting from them by using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 10% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu_3KF. Okay, back to them big clunky chonkers. Big artifacts. PJXMR18 with the Aether Searcher. They searching for that ether. Sorry, Ether Searcher. 7 mana, 6/4 construct. Reveal Ether Searcher as you draft it. Okay, this is gonna be a little bit of a brain twister. Sure, enters the battlefield. You may search your hand and/or library for a card with the name noted as you drafted cards named Ether Searcher. What? Search your hand and or library for a card name noted. Hold on, reveal the next oh! Or notice. Okay, so I draft this, and then I have to show the next card, and then that's what I tutor for. And I have to show the very next card, and then I have to note its name. I might as well write it on the Ether Searcher. You are searching perpetually for giant growth. You may cast it without paying its mana cost. If you searched your library this way, shuffle it. Well, so the fact that you can only play this in cube makes this stone cold unplayable in constructed formats. I mean, you could play it, but it does nothing. Or you know, it'd be funny if you officially get this certified by a judge. Judge! I just drafted this Ether Searcher, and the next card I got was... Hold on, what's a good conspiracy card? What's that taking extra turns card? There's a blue card. There's some blue card from Conspiracy that raises hell. It's like, I don't know, you steal permanents or you take extra turns. So imagine the very next card that you draw or draft actually, let's just make it Stifle. This is kind of a weak card, but anyway, it's the only card I can think of. Okay, so let's say, oh no, this is totally useless here. Because I cast this card, what am I gonna stifle? Anyway, the point being, if you really need to get a judge to certify what card you drafted next, and perpetually in constructed formats, you play that thing with the Ether Searcher. I have a judge, I have a level 3 judge, signing on this that this card perpetually searches and can cast this card in constructed formats for forever, increasing its value. Okay, next we'll go with Parabox. Aladdin's... we didn't do Aladdin's lamp. We did Aladdin's ring. The lamp! The moths, they all come towards the lamp. 10 mana artifact, pay X, tap. Instead of drawing a card from the top of your library, draw X cards, but choose only one to put into your hand. Shuffle the leftover cards and put them on the bottom of your library. X cannot be 0. There is no way that that's worded like that today. Instead, look at the top X cards. Yeah, you don't draw them. That would... Because I imagine there's some way of cheating. You literally draw all the cards. And like, okay, how do I know which ones were drawn from Aladdin's lamp and which cards were in your hand in the first place? So anyway, they had to errata that card. I think it's crap. You can get it into play for free. That's fine. 10 mana for this effect? No way. You can... This is like the crappier version of Sensei's Divining Top, as far as I'm concerned. The absolute crap. Oh no, but it does actually draw a card. Put one into your hand. Okay, this is okay, but still Sensei's Divining Top. It's still fine actually, because you can draw a card with Sensei's Divining Top. So it's just a bad version of Sensei's Divining Top. Or Sensei's Divining Top is a better version of Aladdin's lamp. Okay, Ryan is back and better than ever. Came late to the party. Let's try Wood Color Automation. It is a 10 mana 8/8 construct. It's got Prototype for 4 mana. It's a 3/3. And then when it enters the battlefield, if you cast it, untap target land you control. It becomes a tree folk creature with haste and base power and toughness, each equal to Wood Color's animation's power and toughness. It's still land. This is a horribly boring card. I don't know what to say about it. So, like, you could pay the 4 mana. It's definitely not worth it at 10 mana. I don't really care for it. And then at 4 mana, I still don't care for it. Not in love with this construct, of all the constructs there could be. Let's get... Did we get something from Toilet Duck yet today? Wizard's Spellbook. Wizard Spellbook, blue, 5 generic artifact. Exile, target, instant or sorcery card from a graveyard. Roll a d20, activate only as a sorcery. Then you can pay 1 to 9, copy that card. You may cast the copy. If you roll a 10 or to 19, copy the card. You may cast the copy by paying 1 rather than paying its mana cost. Okay, so you copy it. What do you mean copy the card? I may cast the copy. Copy the card. You may cast the copy by paying 1 rather than... Oh, so I have to still cast the card? That's just weird. Pay 20, copy each card exiled with Wizard Spellbook. You may cast any number of the copies without paying their mana cost. So you want to gamble? Oh, do I get a good sound effect for this? Hold on. You do want to do a little bit of extra gambling around here. Oh no, I didn't make the sound effect. Where's my sound effect? Ugh. Anyway, okay, we'll just use this one. I had the Mario Kart question mark block sound effect, but I've misplaced it. Too gambly. Okay, anyway, too gambly for me. So you exile an instant or sorcery card. I don't know about this thing. It's just random. Too random for me. Don't like it. And also, you still might have to actually pay for the damn thing anyway. You need to, like, half the time, maybe you get to copy the card. Half the time, it might be uncastable for you. So you actually have to pay. You gotta pay the mana. You don't got the mana, you don't get the card. That's how it works around here. Okay, King Ginger, Platinum Imperium. Where's your super chat? You get a super chat. Platinum Imperium. Life totals don't change. I have to admit, I think this card is crap. But it's got a pretty unique ability, all right? I mean, I'm not going to deny that. I'm not going to deny it does some cool things for the game. So I'll give it a pass. In theory, you might be invincible. In practice, you're not, because this thing just... It's got the same problem as Platinum Angel. The creature dies. Well, your plan has been foiled. Rugal says, has Possessed Portal been done? Nope. Oh, no, we did do Possessed Portal. Weird card. Okay, Dario. On Dario. Where's Dario? Terrician Mind Breaker. Never heard of this card. What is it? Terrician Mind Break? Oh, there we go. Oh, I did min break. 7 mana, 6/4. Juggernaut. It attacks. Defending player mills half their library rounded up. Okay, that has some potential with any of those cards that are like, okay, if your opponent mills so many cards, mill double the cards. So it like helps enable the mill decks to just mill people in one shot. You can also unearth it for 4 mana. Again, all you need to do is get him in one shot. I'll give this card a pass. Very niche card though, but only for the mill decks and only for combo. You don't combo with this card is crap. You combo, it's great. Markzilla with Phyrexian Flesh Gorger. Seven mana, 7/5. Menace Lifelink. Ward. Pay life equal to the Phyrexian Flesh Gorger's power. So you can have a 3/3 that you have to pay 3 life to destroy it if you want to target it. Or you pay 7 life. Menace and Lifelink. You know what? It's actually pretty good. So it's hard to block, and you gain life, and your opponent's going to take a lot of life if they want to kill it one way or another. Can't pay it. You got... Well, I'll say better in probably 1 versus 1 formats. Not nearly as good in Commander, because in Commander, whatever. You don't care about your life total. You just spend that life total like no tomorrow. You're going to make it rain with your life total. Okay, next super chat we've got from Confused Alex. I'm not so confused. Nikachu, has Wondrous Crucible been done yet? Nope. It's funny, some of you are like, has this card been done yet? Can we do this card? Wondrous. Oops, that's not gonna work. Wondrous Crucible. If only I could spell. If only I could spell. If only I could read the cards. Oh my god. How do we find this thing? Okay, I'm gonna look up Crucible. I bet there's not many Crucibles in this game. I'm right? It was Wondrous Crucible. Scryfall, failing me yet again. Okay, we have a 7-mana artifact. Permanents you control have Ward 2. I love that. At the beginning of your end step, mill 2 cards and exile a non-land card at random from your graveyard. Random! Copy it. You may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. Random is not good. Oh, do you know what? Okay, hold on. I take it back. If you keep your graveyard empty with, like, I don't know, Relic of Progenitus, okay, there's a lot of artifacts that clean your graveyard. So, like, or Delve. You know, if you use Delve spells to keep your graveyard very, very low on permanents, then, like, whatever you flip, you get exactly what you want. I take it back. I actually think this actually has a lot of potential. Just play a lot of Delve spells, so you sculpt exactly the graveyard that you need, and significantly increases your chances. Okay, next freebie. Okay, hold on. Who has not got a card yet? I don't know if Cosmic Seed's got one. Phyrexian Colossus. I'm pretty sure we did Phyrexian Colossus already. When you reanimate and blink prototype cards, they come back without prototype. Really? Oh yeah, I'm assuming when you blink a prototype. Oh, reanimate I would understand. Blink I did not think about that, but that does make some sense. Suddenly, boop. I like that. We got like a little cat avatar down there. Marit. Who's Marit? Sounds like a legendary card, but it's not. It's an 8 mana 7/7 with trample. When it enters the battlefield, if mana from a treasure was spent to cast it, create a treasure token for each mana from a treasure spent to cast it. So like what, you get the treasures back? And that's it. It's just a 7/7. So if I spent 8 treasures to cast it, I get 8 treasures. It's like nothing. It's like nothing ever happened. I guess in some way that's good. If you're a treasure deck, I guess this is relatively free. I guess. I think. I'm not playing this card, though. Next super chat we got from Steve Cooper. Toilet Duck 64 wants Wizards Spellbook. Wizards. Thank you for letting me know what his card is. See, you just have to acknowledge them. That's all. They just want the acknowledgement. Okay, Toilet Duck. We got Wizards Spellbook. Oh, we did that one. Toilet Duck sniped Steve Cooper's super chat. Poor Steve Cooper. All right, so we're going to then give it to Turiat, the Magic Mirror. Blue, blue, blue. 6 generic legendary artifact. The spell costs 1 less to cast for each instant or sorcery card in your graveyard. You got no maximum hand size. All right, I have not impressed up to this point. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a knowledge counter on the Magic Mirror. Then draw a card for each knowledge counter on the Magic Mirror. Is this powerful? I guess so. I mean, I guess what it says is like next turn you draw 2 cards, then you draw 3, then you draw 4. The only problem is this is very expensive, but I guess it costs 1 less to cast for each instant and sorcery in your graveyard. This actually probably does look busted. It's like a one-sided Howling Mine that goes exponential over time. Is it a snipe if it's a donation anyhow? I guess so. In some weird way. It's okay. It's much weaker than the One Ring. That is true. It's a crappier One Ring. You know what's a good thing about this card? It gets to be on the show. One Ring can't be on the show. It would be disqualified. Nicholas. Ooh, Blacks. Are you serious? Okay, I don't know what this is. Ooblex? I don't think Ooblex exists. Such card does not exist! Yeah, we did Parhelion. I don't think we got one from David. Magister... What is it? Magister Sphinx. I know this is like a vintage staple. Oh no, I'm thinking of a different Sphinx. Okay, this is Esper 4 generic for a 5/5 flyer. Enters the battlefield. Target player's life total becomes 10. So if you're at 40, 50, 60, maybe a bazillion life. Well, I've undermined it because now your life total is straight back to 10. You could kill someone with commander damage. That's another way of getting around infinite life. Or you could Magister Sphinx them to death. I actually like the card. It's not bad at all. Next super chat, we got Steve Cooper. Looking out for himself now. Cyberman Squadron. Okay. Oh, is this Cyberman? Hold on, Cybermen Squadron. More than one. We got the fleet. 7 mana 5/5 Cybermen. They're all Iron Men. Look, they got the little thing in the middle. Someone should sue, like, Marvel should sue them. Non-legendary artifact creatures you control have myriad, or myriad? I don't know how to pronounce this. Whenever a creature with myriad attacks for each opponent other than defending player, you may create a token that's a copy of that creature that's tapped and attacking that player and or planeswalker they control. Exile the tokens at end of combat. Non-legendary artifact creatures you control have myriad. Non-legendary artifact creatures. So you have a lot of creatures. Whenever a creature with myriad attacks for each opponent other than defending player, other than you may create a token that's a copy of that creature. I don't understand how this works. No, they can't. Wait, they can't sue them? It's Doctor Who. Look, this is Iron Man for crying out loud. It's Shadow Iron Man. It's the same damn thing. There's no difference here. Ugh. I want to open link in new tab. I don't want to open the link. I want to open the picture. Give me the picture, damn it. Ugh, so hard to get pictures on the internet. Okay, there he is. See? And then this is the Cyberman. It's the same thing. They're just the shadow version of Iron Man. It's identical, and they shoot lasers and everything. I'm pretty sure. Instead of, okay, he shot it from his palm. They're shooting from the knuckle. Do you know what? I think they got a good case. Obviously, they haven't sued them, or maybe they have. I don't know. Maybe they're paying loyalty so they can use something that looks like Iron Man. If anything, Marvel should sue here for Croesus Attendant. I have no idea what that is. Oh, hold on. Is that a card? Croesus Attendant. This looks like a little... It looks like Iron Man plus Thanos combined. If I told AI, okay, I want you to create an art. Thanos had a child with Iron Man. Go. I guess this looks like it. You got his stones over here. I see 3 of them. I don't know what. Maybe they're on his back. The rest of them are on his back or something. What does it do? Anyway, it's disqualified. It's not even part of the show. Okay, we got a little detracted around here. Oh, where am I? Okay, moving on. We got super chats. Platonic Liquid, with the Forge Fire automation. Sorry, Forge Fire Automaton, a very real card, trust me. It's not real. This is a fake card, but whatever, it still counts for the show. You love your historic, or sorry, you love your alchemy. 7 mana, 8/5 prototype for a black 2 generic. At the beginning of your upkeep, return target creature card with base power less than Forge Fire Automaton's power from your graveyard to the battlefield. Its base power perpetually becomes equal to Forge Fire's Automaton's power. This card is actually pretty great. So for 3 mana, it's like a reanimation spell. Hold on, at the beginning of your upkeep, return target. It's a reanimation spell every turn! And if you play it for 7 mana in the late game, then everything that you reanimate has 8 power. Its whole base power is perpetually equal to, like, whatever the hell this thing is. It's a wild card. Yeah, Iron Thanos. Yeah, this is Iron Thanos right here. Or Thanos stole Iron Man's suit. Just snapped his fingers. That's my suit now. Thank you very much. Couldn't he have done that? Didn't Thanos at his height, couldn't he just make all the superheroes naked? Would that work to any degree? They'd die in embarrassment. Spartan, the magic mirror. Oh, we did this one. Great card. Will Anderson, Grim Poppets. 7 mana 4/4. It's a Scarecrow. It comes into play with 3 -1/1 counters, so it's a 1/1 for 7 mana. All right, that is not a good sell to me. Remove one of the counters from the Grim Poppet. Put a -1/1 counter on another target creature, so you can immediately get rid of them. So it's 7 mana for a 4/4 that like hits a 3 toughness creature or a bunch of 1 toughness creatures. Not worth it. Not in love with this card. Hello, Poppet. 4 Forgier looks Dedrick. Or Forge. Oh, it's Forge Fire? Dedrick? I don't know. I don't know who Dedrick is. Iron Man's suit was made from nanotech, so all he had to do was take the device from Tony and he would have an Iron Man suit. Alright. It was easy as that. As easy as that. Okay, Cauldron complete. Oh yeah, and it's completed. It's a 7. This is 7 mana. I'm gonna just give it the pass right now. Living weapon, indestructible. Equipped creature gets +5/+5 and has first strike, trample, indestructible, haste, and whenever this creature has dealt combat damage to a creature, exile that creature. It also has equipped 7. It's a living weapon, which means it comes into play with a 0/0 germ, but it gets +5/+5, so it's not gonna die instantly. Augie! What do you got for us, Augie? Reaper King, you can choose to pay 10 for it. If it's an artifact, it counts. I guess it counts. Yes. You can pay 8 mana. No, hold on. You can pay 7. No, what are your options here? You can pay 8. Yeah, you can pay 7, so 4 and 3. There are multiple combinations of 7 or more mana. 6/6. Other scarecrows get +1/+1. Whenever another scarecrow comes into play under your control, destroy target permanent. Fantastic card. Easy pass. It's Zybers. That's right. Are you talking about Mirror Enforcer? 7 mana 4/4 Mirror, affinity for artifacts, and yeah, that's it. It's okay. Like, it's okay. It's basically a 0 mana 4/4. I guess I'll give it a pass. It actually has seen competitive play. I think it still sees play in Pauper. It's like a good card in Pauper. Affinity is a real archetype. Station Disaster. Okay, what do you have for us? Just woke up. Has Thought Monitor been done? It has! Thank you very much for your contribution. And now we're going to donate it to Kerpernerter, Darksteel Forge. Nine mana. Artifacts you control have indestructible. I don't like these types of cards, but at the same time, it's like it's a decent ability. I know how much you Commander players, you just hate your stuff getting destroyed. So if there's a card that says, "All my stuff is indestructible, all my stuff has hexproof," your like eyes glow up. Now, also that being said, in artifact decks or colorless decks in general, you're going to have a lot of mana. There's going to be a lot of mana ramps. So getting to 9 mana probably isn't that hard, isn't that complicated. And if you have this in play, you have more room to board wipe everything without your stuff getting destroyed. So I am going to give it a pass. Nice synergy for the artifact decks. Okay, we have, but Station Disaster's not done yet. It's going to go in for Ether Swarm Phoenix. Sphinx. Okay, this Sphinx is a 9 mana, 4/4, also affinity for artifacts with flying and cascade. This is actually a newish card. This is an interesting card. Why doesn't anyone play this card? I guess it's maybe awkward in an actual affinity deck because there would be so many bricks. Because to get affinity online, you want a bunch of cheap stuff. You want your welding jars. You want your not metalworker. You can have metalworker in the deck if you want. But anyway, it's gonna be there's gonna be a lot of cheap, useless spells that you have on the battlefield in order to enable this. So your cascade probably isn't that good. So I guess I'm just gonna say not a good card. I mean, if you can cast this card, it's probably good if you have just a bunch of chunky stuff in your deck. But in general, I mean, I think, yeah, I don't know how you use this card. I can see a world where it's good, but in general, no. Still gets swept by Consuming Tide. You mean the artifact decks? Also, we have got Wave Good. I think we have like Wave. There's a new Wave card in the new Ixalan set. Okay, blue, 2 generic sorcery. Each player chooses a non-land perm they control. Return all non-land perms they not chosen this way to their owner's hands. Yeah, that will get around the Darksteel Forge. Did we say Roving Keep? I don't know what Roving Keep is. From Ali. 7 mana, 5/7 with Defender. Pay 7, gets +2/+0 and gains trample. It can attack this turn. I have to pay the mana twice. I already spent 7 mana. I don't want a damn wall for that thing. No way. Tommy Siddons with the Inkwell Leviathan. Oops, I did definitely not spell that right. Inkwell Leviathan. Oh, didn't even come up. Inkwell. Oh, it was stuck on the my misspelled card. Inkwell Leviathan. It is a blue 7 generic. What is it? 4/7 with Island Walk. It's got Shroud and has Trample. That is so weird to have Trample and Island Walk. I guess if you could block it, you're still gonna get beat up. Yeah, so I was right. Blue 7 generic first. Oh, sorry, it wasn't 4/7. It's a 7/11. I like that 7/11. Anyway, great card. It definitely gets a pass. Is there anyone I've missed today so far? Did we do the Pike Perch with the Ebony Rhino? 7 mana 4/5 with Trample. Hate it. 7 mana for that damn thing. Trample was expensive back then. Josh, what do you got for us, Josh? Why not add the most expensive artifact, Draco? Because we looked at it already, Josh. We've done that one. So I'm going to donate your super chat to Hiru, Cityscape Leveler, which actually we also... Did we do... I'm pretty sure we did Cityscape. Have we run out of artifacts? We're running out of artifacts. Okay, Christopher B is always good at scraping the bottom of the barrel here. B stands for bottom of the barrel cards that no one else knows exists. They don't call him Christopher B for nothing. Bosch Iron Golem, 8 mana 6/7 with Trample. Pay 4, sack an artifact. Hopefully not the Bosch. Bosch Iron Golem deals damage equal to the sacked artifact's mana value to any target. That's not bad. Okay, I could get behind that. So it's a 6/7 with Trample, and then if you target it, I'll just sack it. I think you can just sack itself and just deal 6 damage to anything that you want. Oh, did you just get sniped just at the last moment? Oh, you did. You did get sniped. Sorry about that, King Ginger. So we're going to have to donate that super chat to... Gleemax is not a real card. That is a BS card. Let's give to Michelin, maybe? Meteor Golem? We did that one. Have we run out of cards? It wouldn't be the first time on Coffee and MTG. Okay, I'm going to look through the... Okay, I'm just going to look for cards I don't think... Altar of Shadows. If you've mentioned a card before, it doesn't matter. I will take any card that we haven't done before. 7 mana. At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, add black to your mana pool for each charge counter on Altar of Shadows. Pay 7, destroy target creature. Then put a charge counter on Altar of Shadows. I like it, actually. It's like basically like Legacy Weapon, but for destroying things. Steve Wen Studios, thank you so much for your super chat. The Dalek Emperor. You know what? I thought it was going to come from Warhammer 40k, and I was like, this is not a normal Magic card. This is not a normal Magic name. 7 mana for a 6/6. Affinity for Daleks? What the hell is a Dalek? This stupid machine, this looking machine. Other Daleks you control have haste. They don't look very fast, but I guess they can on their feet. At the beginning of combat on your turn, each opponent faces a villainous choice. That player sacrifices a creature they control, or you create a 3/3 black Dalek artifact creature token with menace. No one wants to sack their creatures, so you're probably going to get a bunch of 3/3 Daleks. The only problem... Okay, so this card is fine. The problem is I don't know what all the Daleks look like. Like, how easy is this to cast for its, like, cheap spell? Well, we're going to be around for a little bit longer. We ain't done yet. Got some super chats to get through. So my judgment is, if there's a lot of Daleks, this is good. If there's not a lot of Daleks in this game, I think this is just bad. It's just a 7 mana. It's like a really clunky 7 mana card. It's got an okay ability, though. It effectively says put a 3/3 in play every turn, or your opponent sacks a creature every turn, which is okay. All will be Dalek. Oh, is that what they are? They're like the Phyrexians of Doctor Who. They look silly. You know, I watch a little bit of that show. Everything is silly. You know, that's their jam. It's basically their it's their brand to be very, very silly. Okay, we got one more super chat coming from Platonic Liquid. Darksteel Monolith. They gave artifacts Eldrazi? What does that mean? 8 mana, indestructible. Once each turn, you can pay 0 rather than pay the mana cost for a colorless spell you cast from your hand. Oh, the card's insane. So every turn, this one card enables the whole show. When each turn, you can pay 0, then actually cast the spell. So this card actually turns online everything on this show. If you liked this show and all the cards in it, even some of the more jank ones, just play this card and basically everything is playable. Station Disaster says we're not done just yet. The Cauldron of Eternity. I swear we did that one. The Cauldron. You're the 3rd person to mention this card. And again, I think it's sweet. This thing's like a 50-cent card for no reason. Oh, did we do Mirror Mirror? Okay, we have to donate the super chat. That's how we do it. We're donating to Canty. Mirror Mirror. A lot of mirror cards. Here's 3 mana. Disqualified. Oh, how did we not do this one? The Spine of Ish Saw. I can't remember. This was, okay, it's a 7 mana card. Enters the battlefield, destroy target permanent. But when it's put into a graveyard from play, return Spy of Ishna to its owner's hand. So there is a world where you sack this card, you put it into play, you destroy something, you sack it, and then you just keep recurring it over and over and over again. So for that reason, I do think that this is good. It happened to be before in the Krark Clan Ironworks metagame. With Krark Clan Ironworks, there was a world where they didn't even need to combo off. They just wiped out my battlefield with the stupid Spine of Ishsaw. And we've got Rugal with the Gleemax. That's a troll. You trolling. Gleemax. 1 million mana. You choose all targets for all spells and abilities. And it's not real, so yeah, it's disqualified. Not a real card. Alright, and that's it. That's it for Coffee and MTG. I hope you enjoyed rating all the most expensive artifact cards in existence. And if you want to be here and rate them with me, you got to be here Monday to Friday, 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks to all the supporters of the show, people who are patrons on Patreon, members on YouTube, and those who super chat to be part of the show and contribute to all of us. And we're also got to thank everyone who's here in the morning. Like we got Tommy and King Ginger and Henrik, Ryan, Jess, Steve Cooper, Iris, Ketchup. We got Ketchup around here. Bryce, Michelon, Some124C, Diego, Mr. Deadhead, Kankusha, we got Nicholas, Steve Wen, Mark Zilla, Suddenly Boop Majra, Ali. Because without all of you guys, I'd have no show. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing up them coffees, and we will keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.